Hey, what's good, y'all? My name is Marquise Wildman. This is my very first album review, and the album I chose to review is Travis Scott's AstroWorld. It's his third studio album and his second collaborative album. I'm gonna dig deep into the album, try to see what lyrics I can decipher and like what I got from the album, and I'm open up for discussion in the comments, see what y'all think about it. But before I dig into the album, I want to give a little history about why it's called AstroWorld. In a quote in an interview, Travis Scott said, referring to AstroWorld, they tore down AstroWorld to build more apartment space. That's what's going to sound like taking the amusement park away from kids. We want it back. We want the building back. That's why I'm doing it. It took the fun out of the city. And how I'm gonna do this album review, I'm gonna go by select songs that I chose to review and just go by each lyric and determine like what the meaning of it is and like what I got from it. And I'm gonna open up the discussion in the comments and see what y'all think about it also. The first song I want to talk about is Stargazing. What I got from Stargazing was he's experiencing a psychedelic, like out of this world experience. And it could be referencing overdosing on drugs or actual stargazing. I assume that since the music part was called AstroWorld, that he's referencing like the actual stargazing of a ride at the music park. So he may be implying that he's reminiscing some memories back when he was in AstroWorld as a kid. The second song I want to talk about is Sicko Mode featuring Drake and Sway Lee. This has to be, if not the best song, arguably one of the best songs on the album. It wasn't just the production of it, the flow, the lyrics, it was just the overall scheme of the whole song that made it one of the best. It went through not one, not two, but 3 different beat changes that made it such a great song. I want to highlight one of Drake's verses in the song. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Now I hit the FBO with duffers in my hands. For those of you who don't know, FBO is a private service client for private jets. And when Drake says I used to bust it to the dance, he literally meant I used to take buses to my high school dances. And he's never been shy. He never shied away from like talking about where he came from. Second, when Drake said niggas think it's sweet, it's on sight. This nigga Drake is always throwing subliminals. And it's crazy to think that even on features, he's always gonna like just throw shots at whoever he comes in contact with. But other than just Drake's verses in the song, it was just amazing. The third song I want to talk about is Stop Trying to Be God. Not only did he recruit Stevie Wonder, but also James Blake, Philip Bailey, and Kid Cudi's Tunes. It's obvious to see that he was talking about somebody when he said stop trying to be God. But the real question is, who was he talking about? I have 3 different theories to who he was talking about. 1, the critics who always criticize everything that he does. 2, all the artists like in the music industry. And 3, specifically Kanye West. A lot of people don't know this, but Kanye West found Travis Scott when he was just trying to make it into the music industry. And there was 2 different theories that popped up when I listened to this song. It was a God complex and a saint complex. The God complex, basically in a nutshell, is that a person puts himself at such a high pedestal that they think they can do no wrong. And if we know Kanye West, he's always been that kind of person to put himself above others and think that he's a God amongst mortals.
I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
The fourth song I want to talk about is Astro Thunder. It's not a very long song, but I think it holds like a lot of like deep and meaningful content on it. The verse that keeps repeating itself, especially in the chorus, it seems like the life I need's a little distant. A lot of people can interpret this as being a cry for help, and I honestly like agree with that fact, because coming from the lifestyle that Travis Scott's so used to like where he came from, being homeless from New York to Los Angeles to now blowing up, like messing with the Kardashians, having a baby. I assume that lifestyle can like get kind of tiresome, but all in all, it's not uncommon for rappers to talk about like the life that they want is not even like fathomable like to life they're like currently living. So I think this song, like a lot of people think it's a filler song, but it holds like a lot of deep content. And I'm glad he like put this song on here to really show that he's not all about the hype, not all about doing drugs, making bangers. Like he's capable of like making some deep songs that I think that a lot of people like overlook him for. Now that I have my final take on the album, what I think about it, before I do like my dive in and like how I feel about it, I just want to say that I see why a lot of people would not like the album, because it's very unconventional to what he put in the past, Birds in the Trap and Rodeo, even Huncho Jack Huncho. But honestly, in my opinion, I think it fits the mold of like the whole theme of the album like pretty well. Like I put my mindset into like what he meant the album to be. Like, imagine him being like the conductor of like a ride at an amusement park or something like that, and he just like take you through the emotions of like what the album like going through, even like the hype songs, the slow songs, the bangers, like all of that. So in that sense, that's why I think the album like is pretty good, and like why it fits the whole theme of like what he's trying to convey in it. And I think it's pretty ironic that all throughout this year, Travis Scott was put on a lot of features like Love Galore, Skywalker, like shit with good music. And for him to go from that point, from being a feature artist to having artists feature on his shit through this album, it's just incredible in my opinion to see his growth from all the way from Feral Owl to now currently AstroWorld. And it just kind of, in my opinion, solidifies his like name into the rap industry, and like all the people that grew up with him or like was in a double XL class with him, and just it's a lot of growth from Travis Scott, and I like really like feel this album. If I was to rate it from a scale of 1 to 10, I would honestly put it at a 9. And I really don't think it's his best work. I feel like Birds in the Trap is, if it was a scale, this would be Birds in the Trap, this would be AstroWorld, and this would probably be Rodeo. So that's just my opinion. I mean, if y'all feel different, message me, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all for watching my first album review from AstroWorld, Travis Scott. Like I said earlier, I'm not trying to do this just to like build a community. I'm trying to create a conversation with people that's like just as intrigued with music as I am. So leave your comments, questions, all that good stuff. Try to pick my brain, try to see where I got all this stuff from. Most of my stuff comes from Rap Genius. Credit to Rap Genius for everything, for like putting me into a good mindset with like annotating music and stuff like that. Like I said, feel free to shoot your comments, questions, all that good stuff. If you want to collaborate on like an album that you really feel and feel like I could like put some input into it, you know, just DM me. There's nothing to it. We can get it cracking. So yeah, peace out.